on today. This is Noble Sports Entertainment. This is the Detroit Sports Alliance, and this is the Detroit Lions podcast. We are back with you guys with another episode. I got my guys with me on today, and we are going to have a great show. Today's show is going to be an hour show, guys. We'll let you guys watch some football on tonight. But without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce these people that's with me on today. Today, I have with me in the house, the heart of the city, 313 J-Mo. What's up, J-Mo?
What it do? What it do?
Also, I got the field general himself. He is in the house on today, guys. We're going to talk some Lions football with the man, Mr. Luke G. What's up, Luke?
Man, what up, though? Let's get it.
Also, last but not least, the man that keeps it popping like popcorn. That's hotter than popcorn. My man, MicroMike. What's up, Mike?
Hey, just put the seeds in the microwave and let's get this thing popping.
All right, man. We're gonna get this thing popping, man. Let's get it popping. We got some questions out here on the table. All right, the first question of the day, fellas. Also, matter of fact, 313 J-Mo, can you give a shout out to the people that is in the chat section?
All right. What up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Make sure you guys like the video. One Prod 40 in the building. What up, though? General G Berry. What up, though? Dr. Dirks. What up, though? D-Map Zoom. What up, though? 4G Yay. What up, though? Chris Casball in the building. What up, though? Dr. Dirks. Dim Sum. What up, though? Make sure you guys like the video. All right, man. Let's get it cut.
All right, let's go.
Get it. All right, let's get it popping. All right, first question on the table for my guys on today. All right, we know, guys, we're coming off a game where we tied up the Cardinals last week. But this question that I want to ask right now, this question is kind of dear to my heart, and I want to ask it right now because I want to know from you guys as our perspective, how do you feel about this? So, does the season opener show that the Lions are destined to miss the playoffs this season? And I want to start that one off with the man that gets it hotter than popcorn, Mr. MicroMike.
Yo, no, it does not mean we're going to miss the playoffs and or destined. It was just one game out of 16, and all we did was get a tie. Interestingly enough, I was talking to a couple Chargers fans, and they stated that they are the most unhappiest one-win team in the league. And I started laughing, and I said, "We are the most unhappy tie team in the league right now." So look, every team has a chance. Things are gonna play out this whole season that may work in our favor and will boost us. It's too early right now after one game to assume that the Lions are destined to miss the playoffs. I mean, how many times have we seen teams that started really bad and end up getting on a 9-10 win streak and taking their division and definitely getting into the playoffs? A lot. Look, in the NFL, it's any team can win, any chance. Yep. All you got to do is correct the mistakes you made from the previous week and move forward, and that's all they can do.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about hitting that panic. I don't think we have to hit the panic button soon. Not yet. It's the first game of the season. A lot of us just wanted that W, the first game of the season, and rightfully so, because we worked hard in the offseason. We talked about the Lions so much, and we just wanted them guys to go out there and grab a W and then be able to get another one this Sunday. So I posed that question to 313 J-Mo. J-Mo, does the season opener show that the Lions are destined to miss the playoffs?
No, it shows the Lions are destined to make the playoffs. I mean, this question is kind of weird because we didn't even lose. But
we didn't win.
I mean, we didn't lose either though. So I don't know how a season can be over if you ain't losing.
I mean, it sure feel like a loss, but we certainly didn't win. But I got you. Go ahead.
I mean, a lot of people. I think they're taking this from the perspective that just because if we tied against the Patriots and we had the miracle comeback, nobody would care. But because it's the Cardinals and they think we're supposed to beat the Cardinals, they're upset about it. But in reality, this happens every year. You beat teams that you're not supposed to beat, and you lose the teams you're not supposed to lose to, and you tie teams you're not supposed to tie.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I remember one of the games on the schedule that I had us losing for sure, the Broncos. Yeah, we ain't losing to them. So I'm like, so that's probably one of the games we would have won it instead early on in the season. And I mean, I don't have any idea why the playoffs would be off the table after a tie on the road. Like, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. All right. Next question. Out there. I posed it to Luke G. Luke G. That same question that I just posed to J Mo. So I want you to reflect on it a little bit. Does the season opener show that the Lions are destined to miss the playoffs this season because we tied up in that first game?
No, I mean, I'm not going to say it means that they're going to miss the playoffs. I know there's like this statistic that says that teams who start off 0-2 only had a 12% chance of making the playoffs. So there was nothing I seen that said anything different as it pertains to a tie. However, I'm not prepared to say that they are, what's the word I want to use, not going to make the playoff because of this one game. You know, this is a long season. It's 4 quarters in a season. So, you know, the way I look at it is how they do the first 4 quarters. Right now, they got a tie. So, you know, if they mess around and go 3-0-1, all right, good first quarter of the season.
Right.
You know, the second quarter of the season, they mess around and go 2-2. All right, you talking about day 5, 2-1. So the process is being able to look at it a little bit differently. But, you know, I think we should have won that game. I know it's a tie, but we should have won that game. We should have won it handily. And so it's a little disappointment there, given the history of how far we come and where we at.
Yeah, that's key, Luke. Especially going into this, you know, sometimes we react as fans, we overreact sometimes, and it's just one game. The season is just getting started, but hopefully there's great things to come this season. We talked about these Lions all off season, and we just want these guys to win. I know everybody wants the Detroit Lions to win, and this is the season where we feel like we have that team that will be able to change the direction of the team. So my next question I want to pose to the round table on today is this. It's simply this. Who do the Lions have to what do the Lions I'm going to say this. What do the Lions have to do to win the game this week against the LA Chargers? And I'm going to start with you, Luke.
I mean, to me, it doesn't change the formula. You know, they had to first shut down Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen cannot have a chance to get off. So you shut down Keenan Allen. Originally, I was worried about Hunter Henry, but no, I ain't worried about that no more. So, you know, it's shutting down Keenan Allen and killing the run. And to be honest with you, they're gonna have to wrap up like the blitzing. They need to be teeing off on Phillip Rivers. He should be uncomfortable in the pocket. I mean, really. And Elker should be having a hard time running against this defense. The defense got to have a way better showing than what we saw in week 1. So I can see them, you know, winning this game a number of ways. But for us on offense, we have to be the ones establishing the run and utilizing the tight end. And they have to be the ones struggling to cover it. And then we got to be the ones to kill their best asset, which is Keenan Allen, and shut down their run.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that, Luke. Definitely. MicroMike. So what do the Lions have to do to get a victory this week against the Chargers?
3-letter word. RUN, run. That's what we need to do. The Chargers put up their defense nearly let 200 yards rushing on the ground against the Colts. What we need to do is long, sustained drives to keep the defense off the field by running the ball. We have special backs that can run it like Kerryon Johnson and just run it with these long, sustained drives. What killed us last week was, in my belief, is the defense got tired and they decided to get cute and go ahead and do prevent defense. If we run the football, it will keep that offense off the field of the Chargers. It will make their defense tired, and ultimately, at the end of the game, we'll be gashing them and be able to get first down after first down and win the game on the ground. That's what we must do. Run, and run some more.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because on NFL Live or Inside the NFL is what it's called.
Inside the NFL.
Inside the NFL, Steve Smith talked about it. Like, here y'all are going out and getting a running back, and then you still won't commit to running the ball, and he was really upset about it and felt that that's a legitimate team that the Lions got. And then Brandon Marshall, he doubled down and was like, yeah, they got everything right now. So this team gonna win the division.
He said they got everything. We win the division, and he said we not the same old Lions.
Yep, he
Shout
said
out to
that.
Brandon Marshall.
He said we are not the same old line. I said, what?
Wow, that is
we
awesome,
get some
man.
love. Yeah, so
yeah, because we don't get love that often, Luke. So man, shout out to Brandon Marshall for that, man. Definitely. Shout out to him, bigging him up on that.
Yeah, but that's the I can't believe he said that. I was very surprised with that.
So JMO, so do you think that what are some of the keys that you think that we need to do against the Chargers to win the game?
I think we need to have the same game plan as last week, just do it better. I mean, people screaming run the ball. We did run the ball a lot. Just wasn't that effective. We did. Yes, we did. It just wasn't that effective. We just have to stop giving anybody not named Kerryon Johnson the ball. I'm so sick of seeing 3rd and 1 and Kerryon comes off the field. Like, to me, that's disrespectful. Like, the dude is better than CJ Anderson at everything, including getting the goal line. Yep, I said it. But we don't give him an opportunity. And one thing about Kerryon is it's very, very rare that he gets negative plays. Right. So I know 99% out of 100 times he's going to get that 1 yard because he can always do that because that's his talent. But to me, it's stopping Austin Eckler. Like I said, man, we got to stop this dude. We have to tackle this dude. And the thing about the Chargers that's very unique and creative, they spread you out with a lot of crossing routes. So we're going to have a misdirection. So we're going to have to be able to cover that misdirection and those crossing routes and stopping Keenan Allen. I wasn't as worried about Hunter Henry. I was more worried about Austin Eckler. But you stop Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. I just think you put Slay on Keenan Allen and call it a day. So I'm not really that concerned. But this is the thing, though. Keenan Allen doesn't just stay on the outside. He be in a slot, too. So when he's in the slot, then like guys like Coleman might be on him. So that's a little bit different than having Slay on him. So I don't know if you want to have Slay shadow him in the slot as well. That might not work.
Yeah, I probably would, man. I probably would.
And then, I remember that one time we played Odell. He shadowed Odell. Odell plays in the slot. And the last thing on defense, man, just wreak havoc. Like just like Luke said, Phillip Rivers should not be comfortable. I'm not really too confident in blitzing Phillip Rivers, but I feel like if you hit him early, when you blitz him later, his reaction time would be a little bit off. But I think our defense need to be lights out, and the defensive line needs to be getting pressure on you. Yeah. What up, Detroit Drew? How you doing, bro?
Shout out to Drew. So definitely, man. I definitely think that we need to do those things, man. We got to execute definitely on offense. One of my biggest worries coming into this game is just the offensive line is going to be one of those biggest worries for us all season long until we can make those corrections. Definitely, I'm putting a tight end over there on Decker's side till he is able to hold his own. He has not been able to hold his own like he should be, but hopefully he'll get better in this game, and we'll see what he does this game. But other than that, man, those are some of the things that I want to see. I want to see the defense play lights out. I want to see Mr. Flowers. We haven't seen a lot of him yet. You know what I'm saying? As far as being disruptive, I want to see Trey Flowers being disruptive because we paid this guy a lot of money to do what he should be doing out there, and that's getting pressures and also getting to the quarterback. So I definitely want to see Trey Flowers be effective out there. I want to see Snacks being able to stop the run, and Jelani Tavares still playing at a high level out there as well, and understanding the game. So the next question we're going to hey Luke, did you answer that question, Luke?
Yeah. You got me. Okay. You got me. Okay. And then you went to J-Mo. You good?
Okay, I just want to make sure I got everybody on the question. So shout out to Dr. Dirks. He said we holding it down to y'all. Do this Lions fever is real. Okay, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because I'm sitting up here and I'm always multitasking. So I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at just the offensive line and I'm looking at their defensive line and I'm like, I'm like, God, if we can't run on this team, if we can't run on this team, man. God,
Well, you know,
Yeah,
one thing about Arizona is they added 2 linebackers in the offseason, Hicks and Terrell Suggs, and they can stop the run. And I don't think the Lions were as prepared for that, and they did get dominated on the line of scrimmage.
yeah,
Well, to me, Hicks played a okay game, but overall, he really wasn't a factor in killing our run. The fact that the defensive line of the Cardinals was able to establish the line of scrimmage is what killed our run. And also it opened lanes for Hicks and them to run up in there and fill gaps. In the case of this team, the Chargers, I'm sorry,
I don't
we
even know
need
who
to.
their linebackers are.
Well, I do, but we need to make sure that we still run this ball. I mean, seriously.
No, who are they? Like, I really don't know.
I don't know
You,
too
you,
much about their defensive
I
line.
don't know. I'm talking about their linebackers. Like, I don't know. I don't know not one linebacker for the chart. Like, I know players on every level with
Well,
linebackers.
you got
That's their weakest spot.
you got Jatavius. I think his name is. I think you pronounce it Jatavius. You know, I'm bad with names. I can tell you, but
they got Jatavius Brown,
Brown. Yep.
limited, and they got linebacker Denzel Perryman, who is also limited.
Perryman?
Okay.
Yes.
What other linebackers do they have? Who they starting at linebacker?
Who are they starting? I don't know who's going to start. These guys are injured, so they may not play. They have 7 players that missed practice today. So right now, when it comes to what they're going to start, it's pretty much up in the air. They got a lot of players injured. 7 starters are on the injury list is limited. 7 may not play.
Chargers just got Thomas Davis. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, I know they got Thomas Davis, but I'm just saying like certain to me, I'm not looking at the linebackers as the issue here. The issue is the Lions offense and defensive line needs to establish the line of scrimmage. I was watching us not move the line of scrimmage and getting pushed back on the line of scrimmage. That cannot happen.
No, that cannot happen. We definitely gotta win, man. We gotta win. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. We gotta win and we gotta play hard. So, all right, I'm gonna go to the next question, guys. We're gonna switch it up. And the next question that I pose to you is this: with a lot of fans panicking and a lot of people talking about the timeout and some of the things that happened in the game with Bevel and Coach Patricia, I want to ask this question: do you guys feel that the Lions are the same old Lions? And if not, explain it. If you feel like they're not the same old Lions, explain yourself. So, MicroMike, go ahead and take it away.
They are absolutely not the same old Lions. If you have not heard the interview of Mr. Luke G and former Detroit Lions quarterback JT O'Sullivan, do so, because he has a story of when he met Matt Millen. When he met Matt Millen to sign with the team, he noticed that Matt Millen was watching WWE and not paying attention to football. And that's when he knew this is not going to end good.
He was watching Monday Night Raw, man. He was watching Monday Night Raw.
And so now we have a general manager in Quinn who actually pays attention, who actually does his research, his work, his scouting players, doing a far better in draft, picking up pieces via free agency that will help the team that we haven't had in a while. Literally, Matt Millen was an absolute horrible, and that story explains why the team was bad in his era. And then you had Mayhew, who was a little better in my opinion, but was a descendant of Millen. So now we got a guy who drafts well in all the rounds. He'll make a mistake here and there like a Tabor, but overall he's doing a much better job putting talent on this roster, as well as fixing the cap issues. Cap issues are vital towards the success of a team. You have to be able to manage it correctly, or you're in cap hell like we were in, and you can't sign depth players. But now we have the ability to sign depth players. We have the ability to make a move if necessary. So no, we are definitely not the same old Lions in that sense.
Okay. J-Mo, do you feel that the Detroit Lions are the same old Lions?
Man, these old depressing fan questions, man. Look, if we were the same old Lions, we would have lost to Arizona. I'm just being 100. I know a tie isn't any better, but we would have lost. Like, Stafford would have threw that pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've been, and I remember last season Stafford played in the preseason. Our offense kind of struggled a bit, and he didn't look like bad or anything, but he just didn't look, exceptional. Then that first game happened. Of course, even though we lost the next 2 games, he played great. But he was just playing a little bit different that season. But this season, Stafford came out, his pocket presence was on 10, and then we saw that in the Arizona game. Like, his pocket presence, Stafford running for first downs. Like, what? Like, he just looks a bit different. Like, I mean, look, Stafford was in his bag. That's one, that game's going to hurt me forever, man. Like, he was in his bag on that game. And my point is, we're not the same on lines, because I think, like I said, we would have lost that game to Arizona. And this game against the Chargers, we would lose. So if we lose this game against the Chargers, then we are the same online. But I don't think we're going to lose this game. So
yeah, because J-Mo, you're so right about that, man. A lot of fans were panicking about the situation. A lot of people was griping and crying about it, as far as like, man, we should have won this game. Yeah, we should have won it. Sometimes.
No, but let's not forget we did a whole stream and we all was going off.
right. We was crying to a certain extent. But
afterwards, we were like, all right, man.
We settled down. Yeah. Because we know what the Lions do. We know how it is.
Like, to me, that's what I call a fourth quarter choke. We was LeBron in the fourth, man. Like, it happens, bro. But
we wasn't clutch.
Still got rings though, so we can bounce back.
Yeah, we can. I think we will. I definitely think we had an opportunity to bounce back. Luke G. So, do you think that we are the same old Lions? Because some of the fans may feel like we are the same old Lions, and to me, myself personally, I don't think that we're the same Lions. I think that, like J-Mo said, we had an opportunity where we could have won the game, and we just didn't pull it out. We wasn't clutch, So, what is your?
But if you just look at this, man, we called a read option play.
Yeah.
When have the Lions called a read option play? And then
boy had Stafford looking like Lamar Jackson.
Ever. Never ever.
Take it a step further. In Matt Patricia's first year, Matthew Stafford played in I think 2 or 1.5 preseason games, and came out week 1, lost and confused, and it's a lot of logical reasons why. But then this one, he didn't play at all in the preseason. And he came out and did phenomenal. And it was the difference in play calling. And one of the benefits and one of the things I certainly learned from my interview with talking to former Detroit Lion, JT O'Sullivan, was the relationship between quarterback and offensive coordinator and head coach is huge. And you see it this year. You can't say same old Lion when, first of all, same old Lions would have been, we scored 21 points. They got like I said,
we would have lost that game.
We got 27.
Same old Lions lose the game.
Yeah, same old Lions would have got in a bag of depression and took the L, because we wouldn't even get to overtime and let alone fought through it. So it's a lot of things that's different. On top of that, this can't be the same old Lions. We got a tight end, and the same old Lions would have never got a tight end. No way would they invest in that.
No, they wouldn't.
So there are so many things that you can look at that says that this is not the same old Lions. I mean, the fact that they're picking up players and drafting for scheme, not same old Lions. The fact that the owner has put people on notice, do your job or get fired, not same old Lions. The fact that the head coach actually hold players accountable, including himself, not same old Lions. There are so many examples that show that we are not the same old Lions. To even think that is considered a reality, to me, is just comical.
I think that's just cliche. Yeah, that's cliche.
Yeah. People like that red panic button. It's like don't hit the button just yet, man. We got a little bit. We got a little bit of time, and here's some interesting information. There's been quite a few teams that start off rough in the beginning, and this is something that we talked about their offense being slow. But our offense wasn't necessarily so slow. It's just after that first drive, they kicked it up a notch, and then they really kicked it up a notch in the second. Yeah. So, I don't get the same old Lion vibe. If I did, trust me, my response would be a little bit different.
Yeah, and I feel like with the offense progression, because did y'all read the stories about Stafford getting up at like 5 a.m., staying to learn the offense, and then like at 6 going to see his wife, and then coming back to the freaking. So he put in a lot of effort to learn his offense, and the offense is still in its infancy. Like
Right,
our
right.
offense
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
gonna
That's
be
true.
our offense to like week 8, and we was look. I know we tied the game. I know, but our offense looked great not yesterday, but on Sunday. And my point is, if it looked this good in its infancy, what is it gonna look like when we click on all cylinders? Because Carrion didn't even have a good game. Imagine if he had a good game. They would have scored
Right,
40.
right. Exactly. Yeah. And if they would have kept feeding Carrion, I think Carrion could have, because it kept looking like he was gonna break a run every time he got the ball. And I'm like,
Yeah, they
man, this dude
kept
can break
calling it
one.
back.
Yep. Every
Well,
time.
that wasn't even the worst part of it. It was the type of runs that they were calling. It was, wasn't no stretch plays, wasn't no read option stretch plays, it wasn't no off tackles. It was all basically zone reads up the middle, and then on top of it, the down and distance were interesting to say the least. But
Yeah.
overall, Carrion needs to have the ball 20 to 21 times. Let him
Yeah,
touch that thing.
yeah. Let him
Yeah,
touch it. Yeah,
I'm getting
he's a
so
young
sick
guy.
of. I'm getting so sick of them like not giving him the ball. Like it's really irking.
Well,
Yeah,
they want to share the wealth and split it up between him, Ty Johnson, and CJ Anderson. So, and believe it or not, CJ Anderson didn't do too bad, but I felt like he had to do too much to get his yards, and
yeah,
meaning
it
that
did feel
the
like that.
line didn't the line didn't do their job. The offensive line need to do their job, and when everybody do their job, it works. Everybody, a heart got 4 chambers. Let one of them fail, it get real interesting. You
Yep.
know,
It get more than interesting, Luke.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So you crazy. So no, Miss J, do you think that we still the same old Lions?
H to the E to the C to the K to the N to the O. No. Without a doubt, we not the same
Say no.
Lions. And it's
Explain
just
to the
as
people
simple
why.
because we actually have a system that we've been actually trying to put effort into building. That's the whole
Yeah.
difference. If you don't put nothing in, no effort and time to building a system or any direction on your team, you're gonna have superstar receivers leaving you saying that it was a change every year. Hence the Calvin Johnson. And that's why I think we're not the same on Lions. The Lions problem was again last Sunday, they to me mismanaged the game at the wrong time when they had to. Plus, we had
Yeah.
like 3 turnovers if you technically think about it. Those fumbles and Jamal Agnew. So you gotta be careful. You gotta protect the football. That's the key for the Lions. The offensive line has to protect the football at all costs, whether it's to be in the running back's hand or the quarterback's hand. When you talk about the running backs and Kerryon Johnson, I say you guys got a point between 17, 22 carries.
Yeah.
And CJ Anderson should get about maybe if you give him about 10 or 12,
Yeah.
that could work with him as
I was gonna
well.
say 8 to 10. 8 to 10 almost. I
Yep,
was
8
gonna
to
say.
10, give him about Ty, give about 5. And I
Yep.
actually saw a lot of things that good in the running back stable. Like they used really all 4 of their running backs at some point in the game, even though Ty only got one chance to make a play. But still, the fact that they are rotating the running backs to come up with different plays, it shows that first there was a good thing we got rid of Theo Riddick because we didn't obviously need to pay a lot of money for a pass catcher. 2,
Yeah.
the tight ends. That's a big thing. It wasn't that we needed so many yards. It was the fact that Stafford was able to turn around and hand the ball off, which it was able to set up our pass, and that was barely any play action pass. So I'm really confident once they start gelling, that defense is going to get a lot more rest, especially when you consider Hand and Jared Davis coming back. So no, we're not the same.
Yeah.
Well, and keep in mind that when asking this question, I know people gonna say, well, how can y'all say that? Look what they did, but it's saying, like that's why I made that question about, what was more disgusting, watching Michigan struggle against Army or watching the Lions against the Cardinals. I could not find.
I'm mad you had to attack Michigan like that. But
That's true because
I wasn't
Michigan
really
was
attacking
worse
them.
though. Michigan
I
was
wasn't
much
attacking
worse.
them. It was just saying that when you watch the game, you
was
couldn't
scary to look
find
at.
anything good in that Michigan game. There was nothing good about that. The way they celebrated that win was not good. It just wasn't good. And I'm like, I saw good, and I saw good in what the Lions did, even though it was a tie. Now,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we have 45 people in the chat, 23 thumbs up. Let's get those likes up and get us closer to that 45. Make sure if you have not done so, you hit that like button on your way in. And if you have, make sure you give us a thumbs up in the chat. Let us know you're still with us. And if you have not, and I repeat, if you have not subscribed to all the people in the DSA, then you are doing yourself a disservice, and you deserve to treat yourself to something enjoyable, and that would be the Detroit Sports Alliance.
Yep. Shout out to you can hate me now, Mackenzie. Shout out, bro.
Robot. But
Oh no.
Go ahead, no.
No, I was gonna say, well, didn't it bless your heart to not see Stafford turn around and throw it to a wide receiver behind the line of scrimmage 800 times Sunday? Wouldn't that just a beauty?
Yeah, that was I like that.
Dude, it's funny. I forgot that was even in our offense.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Exactly. Another thing I want people to understand too about Darrell Bevell specifically, his offense is a very up and down play, but it never starts off on fire. If you go back and backtrack, they never start off on fire. They take a minute to click. So it almost mirrors our defense. It's going to take a minute to click. So we have to wait probably after the bye week where we can see really a real functional where our true potential is going to be. It'll probably just be really starting to set in. They're trying to get everybody on the same board because I felt like they could have did more even before they started scoring. And it's like, I feel like they're still testing things out. So with Darrell Bevell, you got to give him a minute for his playbook to settle in. It don't matter how many years he's been with the team, his playbook always starts off slow, if you ever noticed that.
Yeah, but I just enjoy seeing creative play calling. I mean, that in and of itself is huge, and it goes to the narrative: is this the same old Lions or not? It was we called a read option with Stafford. You should have saw how the Cardinals defense looked when he took off. Like, man, what the hell?
Hey,
did
Luke,
he do this for him?
Luke, you one of the people that don't listen to the commentators when you watching?
Yeah, I don't. I don't listen to it at all.
Dude, the commentators, Mark Schlereth, when he did that reaction, he almost had a heart attack. He like, oh, they just toying with them now. It was hilarious, man. Like,
it's so funny.
Go ahead, no.
No, I was gonna say it's so funny. People forget how athletic Matthew Stafford is, actually.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, he's always athletic at the beginning of the season. But what happens, y'all? He gets sacked a million times because the last season he was very, very athletic till Minnesota came along. Then it was a wrap.
Right.
Need to be protected, man, because Stafford can still move his feet.
And I can't watch the game with the sound on because I feel like it takes away from me having my own viewpoint. Plus, I be listening to MicroMike do the play-by-play, and his is like so entertaining and funny. So yeah, but I can't listen to the game with the thing on. So I didn't even know he said that. I just knew when he did it, the whole entire defense looked like. I'm just glad it ain't Mike Vick. What in the did just take off? Like, you know,
what's up, Xavier?
Yeah, they weren't ready for that one. But that's creative play calling. It wasn't just that play that made a difference. If you look at the routes that they was having TJ run, he was doing a lot of routes where he was busting through the tackle and the guard and, you know, looking like he's going in motion.
Now, fellas, how did Danny Amendola get wide open like that?
Well, if you look at their play calling, it's a lot of mesh play calling where it's a lot of crossing routes. And what Danny Amendola just had to do was make sure as he worked his way through the crowd, he avoid the other receivers and let the defender run into him. Okay. So it's almost like they set and pick plays. But what it was you saw the receivers not giving up on a play when it was dead. I mean, you saw one with TJ Hawkinson's touchdown. He my quarterback, I'm gonna go over here. So those little things make it different, but I would have to give you like a whole breakdown and give you how they was getting so open like that. But that's play calling. That's play calling. That's play design. That's route running.
Man,
right. Danny Amendola is one of the best route runners in the NFL. And you know when TJ Hawkinson was eating like that, he gets all the attention, and then you still got to pay attention to Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. I mean, when we were talking about the offseason, we were talking about all our weapons. What we said, you can't stop everybody. Well, can't. They stopped Marvin Jones and Kenny G, and TJ Hawkinson and Danny Amendola destroyed them. You can't stop everybody.
My thing is, though, when Stafford on the throw that he got to Hawkinson for the touchdown, I was like, it's not that I haven't seen him throw a pass like that on a run, but that was real because it was nearly 3 people in that area almost surrounding TJ Hawkins. He was able to put that ball on the money.
No, that ball was ridiculous. Now that I watched a lot of replays, that was ridiculous.
And
if that was Mahomes, it would be on Sports Center right now.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say if that was Patrick Mahomes, that would have been a Sports Center play because he was running to his right and threw it to the left. So
and it looked like a no look.
He wasn't. He threw it to. He like, oh, they over here, and he threw it to the left. And Hot did his best. Shaquille O'Neal, get out my way, let me body y'all, because he just stood up and jumped and caught it.
Yeah, he did, man. I'm like, man,
all right, Maestro. Let's get to the next question, man.
Hey, so okay. So the next question is, what player are you spotlighting this week 2, on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball for the Detroit Lions? Who do you think is going to have a great game this week on the offensive side and also on the defensive side? And I'm going to pose that question to MicroMike.
My highlighted player that I'm going to be paying attention to, it's the easiest player on offense because this is the guy that we need to play well. That's right. Tackle Taylor Decker. My eyes is going to be on him. My eyes is going to be on him the whole time because this guy has got to do a much better job than he did last week. He's going against Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is a great defensive end. If he plays bad like he did last week, oh my God, that's going to affect the whole offense all game long, and it's going to affect Matthew Stafford. So that is exactly who I'm going to be paying attention to the whole time.
On defense?
Yo, who you got on defense, Mike?
On defense, the individual that I would highlight as well is Jared Davis. Now, he may be a go.
Mike.
He may be a go. Now, if he can go,
oh man, that's gonna be amazing if he comes back.
No, he's playing.
So if we got to watch him, and if he's playing, it's an X factor for this game. Then we can now utilize Tavai as more pass rushing, and that will really help the defensive line get some pressure on the quarterback. We did okay stopping the run Sunday, but folks, we have to pressure that quarterback or we're going to get roasted because we've seen what a Kyler Murray can do. Imagine what a veteran quarterback like Phillip Rivers can do. We must see how, if he plays, just how better the defense is going to be, in my opinion. And it will not be as tired as it was at the end because when it comes to Davis, he's got the energy, he's got the passion, and he will bring it to that defense.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I see that. I can see that. Luke, who do you got? What players are you highlighting this week on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball for the Detroit Lions?
I mean, offense is easier for me than said and done. I think this is going to be a game you're going to see a whole lot of Ty Johnson. I don't know why.
I know you said that to me off record too. It's like, one
of the things I looked at is if I want to expose the linebacking core, and I already know they're going to be trying to tee off on the tight ends. I gotta have production from Ty because Ty's going to be out of the backfield, and you don't know if he's running or if he's catching. So I expect to see a whole lot more of Ty and mixed up into this run game, as well as Jesse James. On the defensive side of the ball, whoever is covering Keenan Allen, they just need to just take him away. I need to see Darius Slay follow him everywhere he go. He got to go to the bathroom. You should go in there and watch, okay? If he go to sleep, you need to be laying in the bed making sure he breathing, okay? Because that's going to be the thing. Take away his number one target. Take that away and force him to try to get the ball to Travis Benjamin and some of them other receivers. But I want to know whoever is going to be the one covering because they don't generally do a lot of rotating defensive players following people until it's too late. Nah, whoever's on Keenan, I want y'all to let him know that if he's thirsty, you got the water on your kneecap quenching for his thirst. I need y'all to know. So for me on defense, I'm looking for them to literally just take that guy out the game. Get him out the game. He gonna get his little 2, 3, 4, 5 catches, but make those 2, 3, 4, 5 catches be like 40 yards.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that, man. Look, you said you want the man following him everywhere he go.
Everywhere
hope
he
so.
go. Hey, now listen, this for those people. These for those people who this for those people who born in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I want Keenan Allen to be thinking he got a my buddy. That's what I want him to think. Wherever he go, we go.
Yeah, I remember that.
You feel me?
Wherever
Yeah, I need him to think he got a my buddy.
yeah.
Not a good guy now, my buddy. I want him, and Kid's sister should be with him too, because it should be a safety tracking that too. Okay.
Luke, you wild, man. You wild, Luke. Just like you wild.
Son.
Hey, okay, Nomas. Who you spotlighting this week in the Lions game on offense and defense? Who do you got being very productive out on the field for the Lions this week?
Well, stars Mike took my first choice, so I'll go with my second. I feel Marvin Jones about to make his presence felt this game. Definitely. If not him, Kenny G as well, because I know this game last week was a little lackluster, so I know they're going to now try to make sure they get those targets, especially going downfield, and I can't wait to see Marvin do a jump ball because I know it's going to be sick. For defense, I'm looking at snaps. The fact of the matter, this guy was definitely probably the most down person than anybody else on the team. You could tell that he was upset. I know this guy's going to want to work and make sure he does a lot better of a job. And this running back, I know it's not quite the caliber of David Johnson, but he's rated the #1 run stuffer, so I'm quite sure he wants to live up to that. And I know he's definitely trying to get himself back prepared for this game, and I can expect to hear his name a lot, kind of like we usually do. So those are my guys.
Okay, I can see that. No,
yeah.
313 JMO. Who you spotlighting? You got on offense. You got whoever you're going to pick, and then your selection also on defense. Who do you think is going to ball out?
I'm not spotlighting Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones, but one of them will have a big game because Casey Hayward's going to be on one of them, and the other one is going to be on like the fifth corner on 18. Like they lost all their corners, so if one of them don't have a good game, it's going to be a problem. But on offense is Kerryon Johnson because I think he needs to be out of the backfield and running the football. He's gonna have to be that guy. And I mean, I don't necessarily want to take the ball out of Stafford's hands, but this is one of them games I don't want Stafford throwing too many passes. The Chargers got a good secondary, and that's liable for some turnovers to happen. So I'd rather focus on running the football. And then on the defensive side, Mike stole mine with Jared Davis because Jared Davis is playing. And I think he's going he's playing like he was a full participant today. I'm like, he's playing. And I know Jared Davis. Look, we talked about this. He's playing. So I'm very, very happy that he's playing.
That's some great news to hear.
No, there's no way he's not playing and he's been practicing full practice unless they hold him out. But so I'm watching Jared Davis because I think he's gonna have a very good impact in this game, especially if he's 100% ready to go. And like Luke G said, Darius Slay, I don't think he's gonna have any problem taking away Keenan Allen whenever it's against the top tier receivers. Darius Slay shuts them down. It be them no-name guys that be cooking, which makes no sense. But Keenan Allen, as we were just saying, I hope that Slay follows him wherever he goes because he lines up in the slot, and I don't want him getting on no Justin Coleman. Just follow him wherever he goes. Now, Slay, he did do it before. I remember Adam Thielen, that 100-yard record. I was like, Lions is not about to let you break this record. And then, Slay kept Thielen from breaking that record. He actually didn't have a good game.
Yeah, I agree with Rich Law, what he just said in his comment. He said, hopefully we are more disciplined and less flags. I agree with that totally.
Defense didn't have no flags. It was the offense.
Yeah.
Taylor Decker had all the flags for Taylor Decker.
No, they gave one of Trey Flowers on that bull crap.
Yeah, on that face mask.
Oh, yeah.
But you know
that
what?
Was about it.
We ain't getting no pass in the, we ain't getting no I'm sorry, take that back. We didn't get a pass interference, or did they call it pass interference, or was it a legal contact on Coleman? Remember that play?
No, that wasn't. We ain't getting no pass interference.
So what was that?
Hold. It was holding.
I knew it was something on him. I knew it was something, but I know the defense had 2 penalties. So 2 out of 9 penalties the defense had. Where did the rest of the 7 come from? That's the real question.
His name is Taylor. Last name Decker.
He had 5
Not to miss DJ Virgin on special teams.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah. So the two players that I would highlight on offense and defense, I'm going to highlight. On offense, I'm highlighting I think Kerryon is going to have a big game. I think it's time. I think Kerryon is going to have I think he may get more carries. I think he may get possibly what we've been talking about, at least 20 carries in this game. And
I
I
hope
think
you're
they're
right.
going to. Yeah, I hope. I definitely. I want it to be right, J-Mo. I want it to be right. I'm gonna highlight him. I definitely want to see Kerryon have a great game, and because the guy is young, man. That's the thing about it. You can't shy away from him. He already said in the offseason he wants the touches, so they gotta give him the ball so he can do something. You can't really do anything sometimes with only 16 touches or something like that. You need a little bit more sometimes to get you going, so you can wear down the opposing team's defense. But I'm gonna highlight him, and then on defense, I'm gonna have to say Mr. Flowers. And the reason why I'm picking Trey Flowers is simply this: Trey Flowers has to show us. He has to show us something. We're paying him an extremely amount of cash, and he definitely needs to get out there and perform. Man, we can't have him playing lackluster out there. We need him to be one of the motors on the team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, getting pressure and not getting any penalties and things of that nature. But we need Trey Flowers to, play his worth, especially for the deal that he got with us. He definitely needs to start getting pressure and some sacks as well. So I'm gonna highlight those two guys.
I think he's actually going, unless I don't know if he's 100%, but let's assume he's 100%. I expect him to play great. You got to remember what team he came from. This is the same defense. He loves the Chargers.
Right.
So I need Matt Patricia. I need you to bring that same game plan that the Patriots had against the Chargers in the playoff game when they were fully loaded, and use that same defense. We got better players too. Well, their secondary is really good, but we got better players all around. So,
I mean, I just think overall for this game, I'm not even concerned with the defense. That's the crazy part. I'm not even concerned with the defense. My real concern is, are we going to commit to running the ball? It's a mindset. And Steve Smith makes the point that you got this new toy named Kerryon Johnson. Use it.
Yes.
Because he's a 3-down back. I don't want to see on 3rd down you putting in CJ Anderson. I don't want to see it. Not that I hate CJ Anderson, but because I want the team to understand that this is a different beast back there. Like when it's 3rd down, when it was Seattle Seahawks, and they put in Marshawn Lynch, you knew it was a different beast back there. You better pay attention and respect it. So, I look at those little things. But overall, man, I got to be honest, Darrell Bevel's offense is looking really good thus far, and I'm excited.
George Morgan says, J-Mo, I think KJ will only see about 20 plays a game, and it's because they're trying to go not wear him down for the playoffs. Look, we ain't going to make it to the playoffs. You trying not to wear him down. I'm like, come on, bro. Do you want to get there? Like,
you want to get to the point.
Like,
well, here's
man,
the thing.
I know Kerryon has injury history, but this team is only go as far as he's gonna take us. I don't care what Stafford do, what the defense do. We need a running back to take us to the promised land. And if he's not up to it, or something, then we're not gonna be going places. We're not gonna be winning the debate. How you gonna beat the Vikings if Kerryon not the ball?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's true. I can see that. It's just I do believe though, once the offense gel a little bit, I actually speculate they're going to actually get Ty Johnson more snaps to carry the ball. This guy can run.
Agree.
I want him to. I like how you run the football. I like it
because they actually keep them both a lot healthier. And off the record, what I was going to say a minute ago, it is completely scary that T.J. Hockenson could really have another 130-yard game this coming Sunday.
Yeah, it is. They're gonna key in on T.J. Hockenson.
Dude, this is a side note because I've been gassing up T.J. Hockenson. I've been telling him I've been telling everybody he's gonna destroy everyone to be a Pro Bowl. They like pump your brakes. I was like, look, I would pump my brakes if these linebacking cores wasn't trash. If you don't got a top tier linebacking core, T.J. Hockenson is gonna cook you. If he don't cook you, Jesse James gonna cook you. Like, if we look at the teams that we face, we don't face a top-tier linebacking core to the Vikings.
Yeah.
And they questionable in coverage, too. They questionable in coverage, too.
I think this game, they're going to key in on Hockenson because they know the monster game.
But how can you key in on Hockenson?
I don't know. They're going to try.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you focus on him, I don't know how you key in on a tight end. Like,
Hey, they go. Hey, just like how people used to key in on Gronk, they're gonna try to do him the same way.
well, I think Gronk's a little bit different because like he's big and but like Travis Kelce, even when the Chiefs lose, he always has a big game. Like it's hard.
Yeah, but the problem is between I think Grunt is a very good comparison because if you key in on Grunt and then what did the New England Patriots do? They added another tight end. They add a Aaron Hernandez. They'll add a Ben Watson. They'll add a Cook or Jared, whoever. You know, they'll add another tight end. So if you want to key off on him, cool. Not only are you gonna tee off on him, but now I'm going to turn around and hit the other tight end. Oh, you gonna play that? You gonna play cover 2? All right. Well, we're gonna kill you with the slot receiver. So you got to play this game of cat and mouse back and forth nonstop. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's how it's going to be and how they're going to come out and do it.
That's why Hockenson is so valuable though, because if they do shut him down receiving wise, okay, well he'll just be our extra O lineman. Thank you very much. And now you about to get the ball ran on you.
But the problem trying to shut him down receiving wise is this, because we run so many of those different routes. And his route seems to be ahead of before his time. It's going to be extra hard to really stop him because they're not going to want to allow like Kenny G, who's a fantastic route runner as well, to get open. I'm not trying to over exaggerate it, but that could be a problem for a secondary. And that's if we're running the ball. It's lights out. It should be lights out.
Yeah. Hey, and it's kind of crazy that you say that, Nomas, because on one of the plays I saw with TJ Hockenson, I saw them bring Hockenson out of the fullback position. He caught a deep pass. I'm like, what the heck was that? You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't expecting that out of them, but they used him as a fullback and brought him out and made him run a pass. That beautiful. Was all.
That's all I can say. Beautiful. Daryl Bell was showing you his chops, man. It's beautiful, like the routes that they was asking him to run.
Yeah. So all right, guys, we're gonna switch it up to the next question. Let's see, hold up. So what players on the Chargers offense are you most concerned about? MicroMike.
It rhymes with Sammy Sosa. That's Joey Bosa.
Well, he said offense.
No, offense, yeah.
On offense? Oh,
yeah,
man. Well, that's Phillip Rivers, man. You got to pay attention to Phillip Rivers. He's a veteran quarterback. He can play well. He's been in the game for a while. He's a very motivated individual, and he has that ability in a fourth quarter to come back like Stafford. Definitely, that's the guy I'd be paying attention to. They have a lot of injuries on their offense as well as defense, but the notable people on offense, Mike Williams may not play. Hunter Henry, their tight end, is going to be out for a couple of weeks. Just when it comes to paying attention, we just got to make sure that Phillip Rivers can't perform like he did when he had those weapons. If he gets a little less, great. But that is the guy I'm still worried about because he can make plays with lesser known people.
Yeah, he can. He definitely can. Luke G, who do you think? Who would be your concern with the Chargers on the offensive side of the ball?
Keenan Allen. And it go hand in hand with Mike. I don't need him just giving open targets to Phillip Rivers. You need to eliminate that target because now the question becomes, well, do he go to Mike Williams, who's somewhat ailing? He can't go to Hunter Henry unless he go to the hospital. So my thing is you have to take out Keenan Allen, get him out the game plan, and make sure he doesn't get off and get going. And I think we'll be okay if we can get him. But he's the guy that I'm going to watch because he's the biggest threat that can gas up your defense with big plays down the field.
Yeah, that's so true because they don't have Melvin Gordon. He's still disputing his contract. So
Melvin Gordon not coming back. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm telling y'all that my guy Austin Eckler is a beast. Like he ain't gonna be a beast against us, but he ain't coming back. That dude's nice. I definitely think it's Austin Eckler. I mean, how many times do I have to talk about this guy? He's a great dual threat running back. And I do like what General G. Berry said. We should use Kerryon like the Panthers use Christian McCaffrey. I wish we would. But we don't like to pass the ball to him out of the backfield. I just don't understand it. But it is what it is.
Well, let me listen. That's a great segue because if you have not heard the news, people, General G. Berry is going to be the newest YouTuber for Detroit Lions Sports.
Yeah,
If you are, that's what I'm talking about. If you didn't know, now you know. Make sure you go right there on any of his comments that he make. Click on his name and go and subscribe to his channel. And show some love and keep the Detroit pride going. As he would say, it's one pride or don't ride. Also,
yeah,
make sure that you get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen, so that this way the video can get the circulation that it deserves, and it helps pushes the DSA agenda. Remember, the DSA is just not these fine group of man. It is you. You are a part of the community.
right.
You are a part
You
of
are the
that
DSA
alliance.
family.
So make sure that you're getting those likes up, and make sure that you're telling a friend to tell a friend that if they're not watching the DSA, they're missing out on one of life's greatest joys. And I ain't talking childbirth.
Oh man. So Nomus, did we cover you, Nomus, on
Nah.
okay, yeah, no, who you spotlighting? I mean on the no, not spotlighting, who you looking at opposing on the offensive side of the ball that's going to be dangerous for us on Sunday.
Well, I was always taught to expect the unexpected, and with that, I have to go with whoever is at the bottom of the rotation, like at the receiver core, whoever they may have filling in, because they know at some point, I believe they know we're going to try to come at Keenan Allen and whoever else that's on their starting lineup they have. So they're going to hit us with somebody we don't expect. I can't think of in particularly the person I want to say, and
Yeah,
that's kind of why I'm highlighting that, because the Lions have failed for that before. You know, we got going to a team with some injuries, then some player we never heard of on the offense steps in, kind of like BB did for Minnesota last year, kind of killed
yeah.
what you call. So it can vary. I will say, so that's why I'm going to lean and say Phillip Rivers primarily. We'll have to
Mm-hmm.
see, but keep your eye open.
Okay. I guess who I will be looking at, I'm gonna take the two running backs, the two-headed monster back there. Justin Jackson and Eckler. Both of these guys, Eckler had almost 100 yards receiving last week, caught 6 balls for 96 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns out of the backfield, and he had 1 run out of the backfield. So the guy had 158 yards, which is a career best from him from the line of scrimmage. Man, I'm definitely watching him and Justin Jackson, because one of these guys can get off. It's always, like you said, Nomus, it's always that guy that you don't think that's going to get off that ends up having a great game against you. So you got to game plan for this running back, because if Rivers is not able to hit the receivers, he's going to be trying to hit those backs out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, man, they got like I remember, I think it was Dan Orlovsky, and he was talking about the Chargers. One thing about the Chargers is they don't care how to get their skill players the ball, but they give them the ball. So we shutting down the run with Eckler, they're gonna turn him into a receiver. We shutting down Keenan
Good.
Allen.
Good.
We shutting down. Hey, he's a good receiver. We shutting down Keenan Allen, then they're gonna start running Keenan Allen on reverse jet sweep with misdirection to get him the ball in space. So they do a lot of creative things to get their
J-Mo,
players the ball.
pardon my interruption, but if you telling me that we're going to force it, if you're telling me we're going to force it to where now his best target is the running back out the backfield, I'm screaming good all the way to the bank. Good, more better, blues good. It's Harlem Nights good. A Rage in Harlem good. Detroit good. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that was going to be his best target, though. But if Eckler gets shut down in the football, then they'll turn him into a receiver and Justin Jackson. It's just a way to get their players the ball.
Man, if this defense allow itself to get carved up with the number one target possibly being a running back, then we don't need to win no way.
How will he be the number one target?
Because you got to understand, my dream is to destroy his number one target, which is to take away Keenan Allen, get that guy out of the game plan. If not, and then if that happens, they're going to try to run the ball. So now, guess what? I take the run away, and now you're going to adopt me up with the running back out the backfield? Nah, bro, we can't be having that. Who is he? Marshall Falk?
Yeah.
Lawrence? Man, no, he ain't. He ain't no LaDainian Thomas and no Marshall Falk.
I'm telling you, man, Austin Eckler is amazing out of the backfield. Don't underestimate him. I'm trying to tell you.
I got to see more table.
Listen, out of the backfield or not, he should not be killing our defense. This is what I'm pointing out to you. They're going to try to use him out the backfield a lot because they're going to try to get our linebackers moving in space. But Make no mistake. Make no mistake. This is going to be one of them games where you're going to see a whole lot of Will Harris this time. Oh, you're going to see a lot of him this time.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, you're going to see a lot of him. Then he's going to be the designated let you know I'm still here guy. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna. So hey guys, we're gonna give you guys 10 minutes to give us some questions. What you want to ask anybody on the panel, or if you want to just ask the Detroit Sports Alliance, period. Pose your question to us about the game on Sunday, and also we're gonna do the last question for tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and get into that one. Are you concerned about offensive tackle Taylor Decker after his week 1 performance? Drum roll, please. MicroMike.
Am I worried about his performance? Absolutely not. This guy is the best left tackle in the league.
Oh my!
Said no one.
Man.
Hell yeah, I'm worried about this guy. Dude, no, this is no brainer.
Oh my god.
Having faith in that guy is like having faith that when you jump out of an airplane with no parachute, you're going to land softly. This is the guy I'm definitely paying attention to. I'm absolutely worried. He's got to do better, because if he don't, man, Stafford, watch out. You're going to have some more broken bones in your back, because you're going to get sack, and Bosa is going to feast.
Feast.
Man, I hope not. Man, I'm telling you. Listen, I expect that they're going to keep a tight end out to help him out if he having trouble. But early on, they're going to toss him to the wolves.
Yeah.
Early on, he on his own. So we're going to see what he do. But from the beginning, you know, I'm with you, Mike. God, we
Spot up, man. This guy's blowing the spot.
Like I do. I feel like if Decker have another game like he did in week 1, which I do not see happening. I don't see it happening. But if he do have another game like he did in week 1.
Talking about 5 flags now, Luke.
I'm just saying, if he have another game like he did in week 1, you gotta do the old Yeller move and carry him out back and put him down. You can't. There's no way you can keep the guy going if he can't sustain it. So, you know, I just don't see it happening, you know, because like I said, nobody wants to see him fail. We're all hoping that he succeeds, and he proved us wrong that he just had a bad outing. He won't be the only one. Agnew had one too. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the thing with Decker is, I think it's impossible for him to have a repeat outing. You know why? Because if he started that repeat outing, he ain't gonna be playing him. He gonna be on the bench. Because I don't think they're gonna take a chance. They're gonna be like, man, you know what? Instead of wasting my tight end over here, let's put you here, and use the tight end in the passing game. Because I'm not saying they're gonna give up on him, but I feel like if he play trash for 2 quarters, they're gonna be like, look, man, get on the bench.
But can you really,
we gonna run that way?
Can you really afford to put Crosby out there in his place?
No, he's not going out there. It'll be Joe Dahl or Kenny Wiggins.
So we're not going.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all think Crosby going out there. Like, there's no way that's happening. It will be Joe Dahl or Kenny Wiggins.
Oh,
you
man.
said that so nonchalant. It'll be Joe Dahl.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of disrespectful to Crosby. Like, come on, like he's the worst offensive lineman on the team. Why would he go out there and text that?
Hey, I gotta answer the
most important point.
Somewhat, what is it? George Morgan said I had Taylor Decker going to the Pro Bowl. I don't think so, man. I did not have. That was my guy of concern. Hell no.
Yeah, Mike. That was my biggest concern. I'm pretty sure that was my biggest concern. He was like,
I don't remember any of us picking the O lineman for the Pro. I think Luke might have picked Ragnow.
Ragnow, yes.
I picked Ragnow, yes.
Yeah, I think you picked Ragnow. I was picking like T.J. Hockenson and Tracy Walker.
Me and Jamo were talking of the concern of Decker for a while, man. I remember us talking about it, and people said, "Oh, he'll be good." I'm like, I don't know about that,
man. I told y'all, I was like, nah, because like I was just watching the preseason. I'm like, man, I'm worried about Decker, but I think the biggest thing for this game is the fact that Jared Davis is going to be back, and you know,
man, yes, we need.
I don't know how good Tavai's going to play next to this dude. I'm almost excited. Like Jared Davis might come back, and Tavai might end up looking like the best linebacker, but he's really not. You know what? Like I don't know what he's gonna do when Jared Davis get back. It's gonna be crazy.
Well, listen, Marcus Willis says he concerned that me and you gonna go rip Matt Patricia's head off if we get blown out at home.
Oh no, his head is
No, I'm
off,
not.
bro.
No,
Well, here's the thing,
y'all
fellas.
y'all-
I can't allow y'all to come and do that. So
no, I mean,
But
listen,
I'm
honest
gonna
with
be
you.
there right with you,
But we
no,
need
man. I'm
a-
gonna take you out first.
Listen, I'm
What you
gonna
talking
be
about?
honest with you. He
J-Mo,
it's-
you can't even look up past my waistline, bro. Calm down.
No, man. So who said I was fighting fair?
Sorry.
What you talking about? Hey, when you on a mission, when you on a mission for assassination, you ain't fighting fair, bro. Like you handling business.
Oh my god.
Hey, Nova. So yeah, Nova, do you got any concerns about Taylor Decker going into after his week 1 performance?
No. Yeah, but the reason why I say no is due to the fact of the matter it was one game. We had linemen that were worse than him, and they would play bad, and then next game they wouldn't be as bad. I would bounce back. I do think he will have a rough time dealing with Bosa, but depending on how we game prep, they may find a way to slow him down anyway. So I'm concerned he won't be great, but I'm quite sure he'll be much better than he was last game.
Okay, I can see that.
I think they're going to focus on the technique, on the entire line in general, to make sure the technique is more polished this week. I think they'll be working on that anyway. So, yeah.
I mean, listen, technique is everything. It's the difference between winning and losing. It's the difference between just being good and not being good. Technique is everything, and like I said, at the talking to JT O'Sullivan, I'm looking at quarterbacks a little different now. I got to pay attention to where the feet is at. I always look at the little things, but when he was like, look at how they driving off that foot, I'm like, oh, let me go. Now I got to pay more attention to this, because those little things are very telling. So don't sweat the technique. Yeah, he's right about that.
Okay, and we definitely got to talk about this one. We got a bonus question for you guys too. The prediction. These guys up here, everybody's going to make their prediction on the game and who's going to win the game on Sunday. And I'm going to start with Luke G.
For me, I got the Detroit Lions winning this game.
Okay.
It's just simple. It's simple to just call a spade a spade. The Chargers, they're having some issues too, and they're not able to stop the run. We should be able to run on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
MicroMike.
31-30, Detroit Lions.
Wow, that's a heart attack.
Ooh, you talking about
this is going to be a very hard attack of a game. You know how we always root for Stafford at the end of a game to pull out one of those drives? I believe this is going to be one of those games. Whoever has the last possession will do well and win the game. It's going to be a close one because the variables are very similar. The huge negative that I have, though, is the Chargers have a giant upper hand when it comes to Bosa versus Decker. And that is my key fight I'll be looking throughout the whole game. If Decker can hold or they give him some help, that will boost the chance of them winning. If Decker did what they did last week, it's going to boost the chance of them losing.
Now listen, really fast, because I got a point. This is funny. Did that man, Dr. Dirks, ask, do anybody speak Decepticon and Autobot? Lord Jesus.
No, Matron. Oh.
Really? I haven't even seen that.
Apparently they named Evan Ingram the top tight end in the NFC. Okay, we don't see about that.
Okay, we're gonna see.
Really?
So
Eli is his quarterback.
Yeah, yes. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Hey, Noman. So who you taking this week for this game? What's your prediction on the game?
Yep,
Lions will win 27-21.
Okay. So everybody thinking it's gonna be a shootout.
Oh no, they're gonna score some. Even if they don't want them to, they're gonna score points.
Yeah. So J-Mo, who
more
you
than
got?
likely because.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, no.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was saying my bad. Yeah, but I was saying I do think I actually think we'll start off a little bit slow on offense, but I think we'll actually rebound. And I think it's going to be due to the fact the Lions in the second half are going to finally continue to run the ball properly on the Chargers. I think that's what it's going to be. Like a reverse of last game.
Right. Like actually close it out and actually go for the win versus not trying to lose.
More than likely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I got. I feel like. Look, man. After the first game, I don't think injuries really matter because they were banged up in the areas and we didn't take advantage of it. Shout out to Byron Murphy, the young beast.
Yeah.
But I think they're just too banged up. They're missing too many key players at key positions, and I think the Lions win this game 35-24. I think the first half is going to be fireworks. Maybe like a 21-21. I think it's going to be fireworks. But as Noel said, I think once that second half come in, we adjust. That's when we come out running the football and playing great defense to close out the game. And our offense put up 27 points, and they was inactive for a whole quarter. So I expect our offense to score an early touchdown like in the first quarter. And I expect our offense to just be rolling all game.
Okay. I can see that. So I got the Lions winning the game. The score that I'm going to give them is 35-24.
Oh, the same as me?
Oh, you picked 35-24?
Yeah, I said 35-24. Yeah.
Yeah, same as you, J-Mo. Okay, we thinking alike today. Okay. I think the Lions is going to be able to run the ball. That's something that we all know that's what we've been trying to do, establish the run. The game is going to be won in the trenches. So definitely if we are better with that offensive line, we are going to put up some points. And I definitely still think that TJ Hawkinson is a mismatch for anybody that's covering him. And we got some I want to see somebody throw the ball Darius Slay way. I want to see a pick, man. I want to see an interception and some fumbles this game. I want to see the defense get some turnovers this week. You know what I'm saying? More turnovers. So
I think it's a high possibility of that because Slay is going to be hopefully shutting down Keenan Allen, and Phillip Rivers is going to force him the ball because he's going to have to. He's
going to have to.
And that's when the interception can come into play. And guys, make sure you put some questions in the chat if you guys have questions for us.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions that we can answer for you guys. But I definitely think that the Detroit Lions we got an opportunity, man, to win this game. We got to win this game, man. We're at home. It's our home opener. If we don't win this game, you're going to see Twitter just on fire with Lion fans. You know what I'm saying? Being mad because the Detroit Lions, here we go again. You know, again, we keep saying that we're going to do something, and every time the Lions get our hopes up, and they end up crushing our hopes.
Hey, General G. Berry is hilarious when he's speaking facts. He said Rivers is always good for one pick a game. It's funny because this is the funny part. No, I was just about to say this is the funny part. The Chargers were winning; they had all the momentum, and then he threw the ugliest fourth quarter pick. But actually, it was one of the most amazing interceptions I've ever seen. But he threw a horrible pick in the red zone, and that changed the entire game and ended up letting Coach lead into overtime. So he is right on that.
Okay, I think One Pride had a question on Deshaun Hand. Do anybody have any information on Deshaun Hand?
He's still out. He's just still out. They're not. What they're doing is this. They're trying to ease him back so they don't have to place him on injury reserve. So he, as of right now, he still ain't did much. He just healing up.
What happened to him?
Well, let me put some context to this. He injured his shoulder or elbow or something. So when y'all know when I had my little crash or whatever, I fractured my elbow. Like I still have it like healing now. So and that's
on your strong hand, right, J-Mo? That's your strong hand.
This is my right hand. Yeah, so it's gonna take him a
Mike caught up to what I was doing. Mike caught it.
I didn't catch on.
No, I knew it too because they called me that at work.
There goes the chicken.
Oh my No, but I was saying, it's gonna take him a while to heal because it usually takes 6 weeks, and he's been out since like the middle of training camp or something. So I don't expect him back to maybe after the bye weekend. I think we really need him. So I don't think they're gonna rush him back though.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna rush him back either. Anybody want to answer that from Joseph Murdoch?
I don't know. That's a good trivia question. I don't know.
I have no idea.
She Mary says my germs.
Listen. Listen, I am very honest. If I don't know something, I don't know it. I don't know. That's a good trivia question.
Daniel Griffin. Daniel Griffin had a question, guys. One of you guys want to tackle that one?
Yeah, I got it. He says, is Melvin good to go? He left limping in the Cardinals game. Now, I was worried about Rashawn Melvin, but he was a full participant in practice today, so I think he will play in the game.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. We got another question. Who gets more touches, TJ or Kerryon? It's like TJ Hawkinson?
Kerryon.
Well,
Kerryon.
It's hands down. I mean, he had more touches last game. TJ Hawkinson had 9 targets, caught 6, and Kerryon had 16 touches. So.
Dr. Dirk's got a good question. He says, we have yet to see a trade. What move can y'all see? Specify position, person, or both?
So this is going to be something that's going to be out of the box, and I know people are going to probably be looking at it, but I've been examining the crap out of the Dolphins because they've been sitting up there having fire sale on people. So, I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they can find a way to finesse a cornerback like Micah out of them, or if they decide to go on the route to try to bring in another guard that can probably play a dual role. So look for the Dolphins to be in the midst of a trade, and also look for the Jets to be in it. They got some injuries going on over there right now too.
Wow, yeah. It's now, hey guys, I want to hit on this because I know nobody brought it up in the chat. Guys, what do you think about all these injuries that's happening to key players on all these different teams? I know I read a report earlier that Le'Veon Bell almost had a scare with his shoulder. I mean, all these guys getting Darius Geis going down again. Sam Darnold. Especially for Darius Geis, man. How do you guys feel about the Darius Geis situation?
Wait, what happened to Darius Geis? I know he was hurt, but is he out?
He's out again with a torn meniscus.
Wait, for the season or
6
to 8 weeks this week.
No, he out for the season. They IR'd him today.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a shame, man. I feel bad for Darius Geis, man.
He said don't feel bad for him, and he's not lying. He was hurt when he came out, so he knew what this was.
But this just brings me on why Bob Quinn's such a great GM. The whether it was getting Jared Davis or Kerryon, I won't focus on both of them because when it came to linebackers, I wanted Jared Davis because he went to Florida and I trust Florida defensive players. That's me. But especially if they're linebackers, I wanted him. But I didn't want Kerryon. I wanted a Darius Geis, a Royce Freeman, Kalen Ballage. And Bob Quinn was like, no, this is the right guy. With Jared Davis instead of Reuben Foster, this is the right guy. And also Malik Jackson, one of the best pass rushers for Philadelphia, is out for the season, or he's going to be out when we play him. So, and Tyreek Hill is out. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's football, so I'm not really surprised.
Let me tell you this. I can tell you this. I wanted Sonny Michel. He was a guy.
Me too, Luke.
You couldn't tell me nothing. But it says, at Luke G, do you think it'll be better to bring in a guard when our problems are on the edge? Combo guards, agile guards, yes, because now what you can do is you can kind of interchange your offensive line a little bit. So if you look at the people who they had at backup, they were combo guys. They were guys you can interchange out. You figure they got Terrell Crosby. He can play tackle and he can play guard. Abushi can play tackle, can play guard. They're looking for guys who can play multiple positions and be a combo guard. Now, another name that you guys should pay close attention to, who's out there in free agency, is Jordan Willis. The Cincinnati Bengals released their top draft pick, Jordan Willis, and he fits the scheme in terms of being somebody who can stand up and rush off the edge. They tried to use him as a DN. He would be an off the edge rusher. He could be another guy you can pay attention to the lines that they may be keeping an eye on.
Okay, so he's a defensive end pass rusher.
He's a defensive end /
3-4 outside linebacker.
3-4 outside linebacker. In fact, he's one of those people that tore up the combine. He tore the combine up, and everybody was like, "Yeah, he gonna be this stud." And it just, they didn't use him right.
Where is young Montez? Where's young Montez at? What is he doing?
Montez,
I ain't heard nothing about him. Yeah.
I guess he's out there surviving. I guess he's doing something.
Rocco, right? Because you ain't heard nothing. He on the milk carton. Rocco P says, "What's the game plan to stopping the Chargers?" As Luke G would say, stopping Keenan Allen and the offense. I remember I kept saying, to me, this is the game where the offense is going to win this game. Running the football and dotting them up with T.J. Hawkinson and our receiver.
Yeah. I mean, I think you hit it. You got to take away his best asset. Like if you look at that game against the Bears, they put all their attention on taking away Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers had to find somebody else.
That meme. I know you seen that meme where he was counting out the defenders. That joke was hilarious.
I'm just saying. You got to make sure you take away their best asset. I mean, if you go back in the day, you saw people basically saying, you know what? Yeah, you got Calvin Johnson. Somebody else gonna have to do it.
So what is our best asset on offense? Who would they try to take away?
That's the problem. That's the problem. For the first time, we have balance. Pick your poison. And that's why we was able to move the ball late in the game. It was just those mental cues that killed us. Like veteran receivers refusing to run out of bounds.
And what hurt me so bad? Like when I saw that on Twitter, people were in the comments like, "Oh, he's been lionized," and I'm like, I can't disagree with you. That's horrible. Because I feel like if he was on any other team, he would have ran out of bounds. But it's the Lions. We gotta do better. So, but go ahead, no.
So as far as like with the injuries and everything, I'm kind of glad that we as the Detroit Lions, we haven't had too many injuries. We had Frank earlier.
I'm knocking on wood right
flag
now.
On the play. Flag on the play.
Hold on, Luke. Hold on, Luke. Let me say what I gotta say, man.
Don't say the I word. Say scars.
Luke. Let me see what I gotta say, man.
Go ahead.
I'm glad that we haven't had any bruises or bumps. I'll put it that way. That what I'm saying, that I'm not saying that nobody can't get hurt, but people can't get hurt out there, man. But it's a lot of key players on key teams. Even with the Chargers coming into this game, losing their tight end who fractured his kneecap. That's crazy. I'm just saying it's just been so many key players on their team that's been going down in it. So far, man, no scars, Luke.
Yeah, if we can't beat a hobble, if we can't beat a hobble Chargers team, we're gonna have a hard time winning games.
and listen, it's not even just a hobbled Chargers team. It's also a what in the it's not even a hobbled offense team. It's also a hobbled KC and Eagles team. The next few weeks, we're going against a lot of beat up, bruised teams
already, and it's only week 1.
And going on that bodes well for us. That's why a lot. I remember. I can't remember. I think JT Sports said he thinks we need to go 3-1. I think we need to win all 3 of these games. 3-0-1. 3-0-1. I think we need to win these next 3 games. I know a lot of Lions fans might not have those expectations, but I think especially with the way that it's lining up, you got to take the opportunity when it arises. And if we really want to be a good team, we should beat all 3 of these teams. Because I feel like if it was late in the season, we would have a hard time beating any 3 of these teams late in the season.
Yep.
But it's not late in the season. It's early in the season when you can catch teams when they're vulnerable. And that's what we have to do.
2 at home. 2 at home. 1 on the road.
Hey, guys, and I think these next games that we have, all these teams made the playoffs last season, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got to try to win. These are the games that we talked about. The Lions got to start winning the games that really matter, man. And these games, these next 3 games really matter, man.
Yep.
It starts
Now,
with that
Mike,
first one, though.
Mike, I thought I heard you say something like, "Hey guys," but that's you.
No, that was not me. But I do. If you've seen my chat, I was talking names for General G Berry, and I was thinking Jiggle G Berries.
Man, no,
Jiggle G berries.
no, what?
No.
Jiggle
Oh,
G, man,
no.
what in the world? No.
No.
Micro.
Listen, and then he got Jingle Generals berries. What in the world? Oh my
I might
God!
change mine to the nominator.
Did he get him the Jingle
Dominator.
G? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If he make his name Jingles G Berries, I'm gonna be like, now listen, I don't know if this is a porno or what, but this ain't cool. This ain't cool at all.
No,
Oh,
man.
no.
This is a family
Jingle
show. This is a family show. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
G-Berry
Detroit
all the
Sports
way.
Alliance. It's Sports Alliance.
Lord
All right,
Jesus.
All right, guys. You guys have any more questions? If not, we're gonna do our final words on the show tonight. We appreciate everybody.
Man, absolutely.
It could have been like general's report or something like that or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Anything
but
but
of
with
all the
Report from
things
the
he came up
general.
with, though, of all the things he came
Yeah,
up with, it was Jingle G's berries. Why?
Jingle G berries.
Man. That's like a knockoff box of Captain Crunch, don't it?
yeah.
Captain Crunch Christmas edition, bro.
Nice.
Right.
Of Captain Crunch.
Right,
Oh,
it's
my
save a lot.
Well, all right. Last question. One Prop 40 said, when will Deshaun Hand be back? I mean, we talked about it. We don't know, but I think he'll be back after the bye week.
Yep.
I just think it's gonna take another month for him to heal. That's what I personally think. Since I'm kind of going through the same thing, so.
On your strong hand.
Oh my God.
Wait, JT Sports says, should I start Hawkinson and carry on this week? Yeah, you should.
Yep.
And I'm not being biased. The Colts gave up 175 yards rushing. The Colts' weakest core on their defense is their linebacking core. So that's why. Purely analytical on that.
Marcus Willis, I have Minnesota versus beating Green Bay. I think that's what you're saying. I can't tell.
Same here, man. But all right, I guess we can.
Yeah, we go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, guys. We're gonna have our final words from everybody on tonight. We appreciate everybody for rocking out with us. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and a cousin and an uncle and a brother and a mother and a sister that DSA is here. You know, make sure you guys check us out. We here every Tuesdays and Thursdays to give you guys what you need. We rotate the channels. You guys should know that by now. You know, everybody gets a shot at hosting the show as well. So definitely, man, I'm gonna let the guys talk on tonight. So Mr. Nomis, let the people know your final words on tonight.
Thank you everybody for allowing me to be on the show without too much robotic interference. And understand that we are in still a gelling situation, so we're not completely jailed yet. He has not opened up his playbook entirely, and new faces on the defense have to catch up and get finish, healing. So it's going to take a minute to gel. So expect maybe after the bye week, for us to really start clicking. I say about game 6 or 7 or so. And blessings to everybody in the chat and on the stream. Please subscribe to me. I'm nearly at 400. Thank you, people, for that. Nearly at it. And blessings to everybody. Good night.
All right. That was boy Nomis J. All right. The heart of the city, 313 J-Mo. Go ahead, Jay.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing, man? We closing up the show now. I do want to say I got the Lions winning 35-24. They don't win. Matt Patricia's a rat. But I also saw something in the chat about what if TJ Hawkinson was a Packer? It would be a nightmare. And the last time it was a nightmare on the Packers, his name was Prime Jordy Nelson. But I ain't gonna get into that because it's literally a nightmare. I don't want to go there. But I think the Lions are going to win this game with running the football. I think Kerryon Johnson is going to have a breakout game that we expect, and I think T.J. Hawkinson is going to be himself, and we'll pull out this game. I do think the game will be close until the fourth quarter, but I think turnovers will happen, and we'll be able to pull it out. If you into basketball, I dropped a video on Joe Johnson coming to the Pistons. Make sure you check that out, or you can check out my T.J. Hawkinson highlight video. But it's a great show, guys, and we had a lot of fun. You know, we got the strong hands, the weak hands, the half hands, the whole hands.
Use the strong
The strong
hand.
hand.
Okay,
So we out here, man.
hey, next up, my guy, the man that keeps it hotter than popcorn on a Wednesday night, my man, MicroMike.
Folks, thank you again for showing out to the round table. It's an honor and a pleasure that you guys take your time out. I know I say it every time, but it's really true. DSA does not work without you, and we love it, man. We're very humbled that you guys come out every time, and it really motivates us to keep working hard and taking it to the next level. So honored by that. And again, if you ain't sub with the people on the round table, do so. Also, Dr. Dirks and JGB. Well, Dr. Dirks already started a channel, so go ahead and sub to him. And JGB, he is going to be the newest member of YouTube. Go ahead and sub to him. And we continue to grow the DSA, the community of YouTube, against the legacy media. That's how we're going to do it, via grassroots. And so we all support each other, and let's get it, folks. Adios.
Okay, last but not least, the field general himself, Mr. Luke G. Talk to the people.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for coming out. Appreciate you fellas for rocking and getting it done, man. This is a fun show as always. And you guys, the community, man. I mean, we are huge pride, and people don't even realize it. The pride is only getting bigger, and it's gonna get even bigger with the word of mouth being this major weapon. But as always, I want to leave you with a little bit of inspiration. Just when you think things couldn't get any worse, there's always up to look up to, and there's always time for things to get better. Just believe in time, because time is going to pass anyway. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please subscribe to the DSA.
All right, guys. We like to thank you guys for hanging out with us on tonight. Make sure you subscribe to each and every member that's a part of the Detroit Sports Alliance. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us every Tuesday and every Thursday. You guys know what we do. We talk your Detroit Lions and we talk Detroit Pistons. We will be having the Above the Rim coming back pretty soon, so you guys be looking out for that. The guys will be talking some Detroit Pistons basketball as well. So with that being said, you know what I'd like to say to you guys on tonight. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat and rocked out with us. Good morning, good evening, and good night.
It's every day.